Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Yeah, on the east side and the west side. Cruising down Manchester Street in my drop top, chillin' where you gotta keep the heat when the block hot. Crown in my head, I'm getting my.
What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? It's your boy CMJ, man, bringing y'all another episode of Total Fandom. This time we're gonna do another mock draft. We're gonna get some more mock drafts and talk about some early football redraft strategies. Who you talking to, that cat? Hey, you only got one cat, right? You got two.
Yeah, just one.
Okay. I'm not a cat person. For all you cat people out there, all power.
Shout out to all my cat people out there.
Hard pass.
I mean, I'm down with any animal, honestly. It don't even matter. I'll take a dog. We just couldn't have them at the time.
I just don't trust cats. So anyway.
Says he don't trust cats.
I don't, bro. I don't
know if he's gonna be able to come over to my house then.
Oh no.
He run this mug.
I mean, like, to a certain extent. Like, if you tell me your cat gonna be cool, I'm be cool. Like, I'm a vibe.
Yeah, my cat is gonna be cool. My cat ain't gonna really mess with
if you as the owner have the responsibility and the awareness and the wherewithal enough to let me know your cat is volatile before I step into that space, then I'm not coming. 1, 2, thank you for letting me know. You just have to come over here and we'll do something somewhere else. Are you going to lock that little up? Because figure it out. Cats are not to be trusted. But anyway,
that's funny because he would not be locked up. You just don't have to be outside.
Bro, did you hear anything I just said?
I did, but my cat ain't like that. He cool. He'll literally just sit there and like, who is this? Oops, sorry.
Yeah, bleep. Anyway, we good.
And he'll smell you and keep it going.
Anyway, we're gonna keep. I think it's a good idea for us to keep drafting where we're supposed to be drafting in the CFL draft later in the fall. You'll be picking one in this mock draft. We'll be doing. I'll be picking 14. But I also want to talk about. We'll also talk about players that we like in each round and players that we don't like in each round. I think that's important. Important to talk about. Share our opinion on that.
Because you did say something yesterday that I would do, and I know you wouldn't do, as far as the player.
Okay. Let's get started. Let me go ahead and get us locked into that.
If I could put a filter on this, that would be dope.
Okay, let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's try this again. Let's try drafting again. This is you. Oh, wait. Yeah, draft starts in 20 seconds. Make sure you're not on auto draft like yesterday. Lord have mercy on your soul. BTA is crazy because that's not what's about to happen this year.
How do I turn off that auto draft? I forgot.
I low-key forgot how to do that too. I'm going to lie. Where'd you go? You tapping in the back. Hey, who that tapping in the back, man?
Oh, that's the cooking. Sorry.
That's okay. Cooking. I guess that's okay, right? I guess I'm getting some of that. What y'all making?
She making a stir fry with green beans and broccoli with onions and mushrooms, and then she's gonna make a sauteed shrimp, and she's gonna make her salmon and meat tilapia.
That sounds really good.
Pan-seared tilapia. Crab legs. That's what it was. Crab legs and shrimp.
Okay. Seafood. Might be staying home. I just want to. Oh, this is my pick.
Wait a minute.
I do find it interesting that Devon Achane, this is the first time I've seen him go in the second round of the 16-team PPR league. And I'm starting to lean more towards drafting receiver in the first round. Excuse me.
The crazy thing is I thought of that, but honestly, it depends. It really depends because
I'm going to pause the draft right here on your pick. I do want to just talk about something real quick because this first round, like, do you see a tight end going in like this high?
I don't see a tight end going top 20. I don't not first round for sure. No, there is no tight end that I see gameable for
20. I think we could see a tight end go in the top 20.
That's top 20 right there.
This is the top 20 players projected So it like after McBride was drafted at 16, 17 was Jacobs, Bucky, Rasheed Rice, Lamar. Okay, I can see Lamar over, but
I see a quarterback, but not a tight end. No.
okay.
And
I
then
don't.
it's Trey McBride. Not to say that it's a bad one, but it's Trey McBride over Brock Bowers. That's fine. But in the first round, I don't see that happening.
So out of all of the picks in the first round, the Trey McBride is one you dislike the least. You wouldn't take Trey McBride in the first round of a 16-team PPR league.
I wouldn't take Lad McConkey either in the first round, 16 PPR league.
Really?
But then again, Jamar Gibbs went what, 4 or 5? Like I don't see that happening either. So it's like it's a couple of things that I just don't see in the shape of things.
I'm definitely not feeling the McConkey. I think McConkey is the one. Like, yeah, I'm also in agreement on that. McConkey is probably my least favorite pick in that round. I hate to say it. No. I'm sorry. I take that back. It's still Jameer Gibbs for me.
Jameer
I
Gibbs at that pick, but
yeah.
it's top 5. But then it's like, okay, so if you get Jameer Gibbs at where you picked up Lad McConkey, I'm with that. I'm down with that. I just don't see a lad. I don't see a lad in the first round. I don't. But maybe because the lad goes up in the first round is why Trey McBride can hop up to the first round.
Okay.
His 80. What is his ADP? Because his ADP has to definitely be high.
But the second round though, what about this second round? The
Oh
second round
wow,
got,
he's top tier. Wow, they got George Kittle number 1.
I don't think Genty's falling this far. I don't think Derrick Henry's falling this far. I think Garrett Wilson has a higher chance to be selected at the end of the first round than Trey McBride or Lad
Or
McConkey.
Lad McConkey, exactly. Watch this. I even see, and I know how this is about to sound. I even see Ashton Genty going before Lad and Trey McBride.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna
I see
write
that.
that hype for sure.
I see that too.
So
I think for a second round pick, I hate to say it, but I'm not feeling.
I'm
You
not
know
even
what?
feeling Bucky Irvin second round pick. Like I think he's a third if he can make it. Like it's the shape of the draft, really, because it's like literally Jameer Gibbs is not. He's not top 5 for me. So like if we're pushing him back, we have to push people like Bucky Irvin back. We have to push people like Chase Brown. Chase Brown in the second round that high is wild to me too. But
Okay, Bucky Irving and Rasheed Rice at the end of the second round. Lamar Jackson at the end of the second round. Okay, Chase Brown. Yeah, you right. Yeah, Chase Brown over Jonathan Taylor. I think.
come
Yeah,
on.
I think this is probably my least favorite pick here. Chase
Now
Brown
Jonathan Taylor went what? 3? No, I don't see that. I don't see that.
probably my
I
least favorite pick in
don't.
that round. If I would not be taking.
I'm
But if
sorry, but to take a Bucky Irvin, a Devon A. Chain, or
okay, let me ask you: is there a player in the second? Like, do you think you said Bucky Irvin is too high? So Bucky Irvin third round pick for you.
third round pick for sure.
I think I would say the same about that. I think I would agree with you on that.
But that's like I'm saying. I'm expecting Jameer Gibbs to go at a later pick than 5.
All right, you ready to continue?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Like right after Derrick Henry, it should be Jonathan Taylor. Period. It really should.
Or Jacobs.
Or Jacobs.
I like that. I probably think yeah, that's probably my favorite pick in the second round. If he were to fall that far, would be Jacobs. Yeah, Jacobs probably my favorite pick in the second round. I think he's gonna give you first round value.
I definitely do too.
Again, by the way.
But I know I'm gonna have to change up a part of my strategy because
You and this Kyron Williams, bro.
well, as the third round pick, I'll take that value for sure. It's the value I'm getting him at. Third round, I'll take it. But see, it's like it's messed up because I really should have went probably like Scary Terry or somebody like that just to have that receiver depth that I feel like I want. But it's another receiver out there that I can possibly get. If I don't get him, I'll just probably go tight end. But then it's like that's what I'm gonna be like. This is a 3 receiver strategy right here. So I mean 3 running back strategy right here. So that's if I was to do that.
Chuba Hubbard, Devontae Smith, Joe.
Damn, and Devontae Smith went 4th round. See, damn. So now watch this. I would take Devontae Smith over a Kyron Williams. Only for my squad for that, like based on how it is. Since I have Bijan and Josh Jacobs, that would have been like a cool little 2-1 for that.
Boom. Load it up right there. I'm gonna pause it on your next pick. Actually, I'm gonna let you pick it, then I'll pause it.
It's on me.
Yeah. Look at the third and fourth round.
What the hell just happened? My draft is now loading. This is weird.
I'll pause it.
Yes, please. Because they're not even gonna pick who I want. So I
So
know what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna change my strategy. I'm gonna change my strategy because to go RB top heavy, robust RB, I think I've done that before. I think I've done it twice.
yeah, see, Connor went before, so there was no reason for me to take another running back right there. To be honest, like Ted McMillan, I like that player. Cortland. Okay, so third round. If we look at the third after you pick. Hold on,
Where did Marvin Harrison go?
I'm about to. So Kyron Williams, Josh Allen, James Cook, Travis Hunter, Jaden Daniels, Mike Evans, Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara, George Kittle, Terry McLaurin, Marvin Harrison Jr. went to the team that had Amon Ross, Brown, and Derrick Henry, which I like. James Conner, Jalen Hurts, Tetero McMillan, Cortland Sutton, Chuba Hubbard. So
Wait. James Conner went.
right here, 312.
I hate these things sometimes.
He went
I know I'm trying to
pretty.
just scroll over.
I think that's pretty good, pretty adequate value
It's
for
not
James
bad.
Conner. Um,
Yeah, that's not bad.
I feel
That's
like I
really
had
not
to.
bad.
I feel like I had to come up
I can't
to
be.
draft Tetero McMillan. What's up? What you can't see? What's
Okay.
going?
Yeah, you probably did have to.
Mm.
Damn. Okay, so I know what I'm gonna do then. So with that, the next time, wow.
I feel like Brees Hall is a player who I think could fall. Not could fall, but I feel like he won't give you third round value this year. I don't think Brees Hall is going to return third round value this year. If I had to pick a player out of, yeah, if I had to pick it's either out of him or Kamara that's not going to give you that value. I don't believe in Kamara this year.
Damn. So you know what? I need to see something else. Once we do another mock draft, I'm gonna see something. Because
Okay.
let me just swap. If I just swap Jamar Chase and Bijan, right? Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, and Kyron Williams looks way better than these three because it's like who would I've
But you
had
didn't
to
have to take
get?
Kyron. You could
No,
have
I
gone with
know.
another receiver. Terry McLaurin was out there. Marvin Harris. That's why I'm
That's
just
why I said either Scary Terry or Marvin Harrison would have been that fit right there. Boom. But a Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs, and Kyron Williams actually is not that bad either.
I'm trying to see who is my favorite pick in this round, and I think it has to be.
Yeah, my best round probably right now is going to be Josh Jacobs at that second round. But
It's hard
see,
to
I
pick.
don't like any other running backs in that era of the third round besides a Kyron Williams for me. Who
I ain't
else?
gonna
Let me
lie.
see.
I don't really have a favorite pick for the third round. I want to like a
Like
good.
Brees Hall. Like I'm gonna take Kyron Williams over James Conner. It's not that I don't like James Conner. Yes, I do. If he does now, if James Conner, I mean, let's just say if Kyron Williams wasn't there, I would go get a James Conner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a
Are you ready to
problem.
pick?
But I like Kyron Williams better,
Are you ready to?
and
Are
he's
you allowed to
younger.
pick? Are you like? Does it let you pick
I'm
while
ready.
the? Does it
No,
let you
it
pick
doesn't
while
let
the?
me pick.
Okay, hold on. Let me resume.
It's like Olave is not the pick because of their receiver room. I mean, their quarterback room is terrible.
Okay, mock draft
So
starts
maybe a
in 19 seconds.
Jordan Addison. Let's see.
I feel like the fourth round was a good value. Probably say George Pickens is my favorite pick of that round, or Xavier Worthy. I actually know Xavier Worthy is. I think the value on McMillan and Worthy should be flipped. I think Worthy should be the third round pick and McMillan should be the fourth round pick. I would prefer McMillan in the fourth round, but I don't. I feel like he's getting adequate hype, and that alone is going to propel him to like late third ish, where I wouldn't have an opportunity to take. I mean, I would have to take him or Worthy and hope that Worthy comes back to me in the fourth round, in the early fourth, where I would pick again. Okay, you win Laporta and Addison. Wow, okay. Swift, Mayfield, Jones, Henderson, Ridley's my favorite pick of this round. Calvin
Yeah, I
Ridley
like
is
Ridley
hands
too.
down, hands down my favorite pick of this round. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. with the
Oh,
E.
he's receiver 41. And then Debo is higher than. Wow. You know what? I actually like Debo's situation right now. Caleb Johnson going to you is
Running back.
wild. I like Caleb Johnson too this year.
Tyrone Tracy. Okay, so you know where I'm going.
See, now they picking up running backs because people is running out of running backs.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my guy. Get my
What
guy.
Etn?
Fields. Ooh, I
Kyler
gotta.
Murray just went.
Javante is my favorite pick of the 6th round, hands down. Gotta say, not feeling Njoku though. Hate that pick. Or no, Pollard or Njoku. Not
I'm not
or
liking that.
Tyrone Tracy. Oh my God, these are
I
all.
like a Tyrone Tracy more.
I'm good.
He has a better upside.
I don't like it. I don't like him this year. I'm not feeling it. Feel like there's not enough. There's not enough offensive structure for me to feel comfortable enough to selecting him that high. I feel like he's an 8th round pick. If anything, I feel like Javante Williams has a better chance to have success in Dallas. I feel like Javante Williams should end up giving you 4th or 5th round value. Travis Etienne, same thing, end up giving you 4th or 5th round value. Getting him in the 7th round here. Jordan Love that's a good pick. Okay, let me go ahead and make me a pick.
In the 7th round, that's not bad.
What's my team looking like? I did just draft the run, but I need another running back. Charbonnet, I'm good. Hey,
See, that's the thing too.
Kenneth
Like,
Walker, stay hurt. I mean, he already hurt
I
again.
know
He already hurt again.
bro. I know, and
I
it's
know
like
you know.
I'm so high on him, but it's like I mean for dynasty reasons, of course. But it's like, damn, bro, cannot stay on the field.
You know, I had to
He's
do it too.
hurting his own value when he does that. Damn, Mooney's gone.
I had to get Fergie right there. If I didn't, he was not coming back to me.
Damn, do I want Ibuka or Keon Coleman?
You know what? I'm not even going. Debo Samuel. See, that's another reason why I don't build like. This is another reason why I don't believe in building wide receiver early. This is why I don't. I can build my running backs early and find the values I love here at wide receiver. I don't have to worry about like well, look at these values like Debo Samuel 7th round. What? Like, and I get it. This whole game is based on health. If he stays healthy, he's going to give you at least 3rd round value. At least what?
At least, yeah, I'll give you that.
To Coleman and Goddard. Okay.
But
Damn
that's
it,
the
Luka. Damn man, he went.
yeah. I was looking at Ibuka. It's just I feel like I need more of a sure start right now, not a middle, not in the middle of the season type of start. Because
Not gonna lie,
Ibuka is a stash for sure.
I don't like this draft for me, but you know what? I'm taking a
Marvin
swing on.
Mims,
I'm taking a swing on two
Marvin
Chiefs.
Mims.
I feel like I could take a swing on 2 Chiefs. And
See, I
then I
don't
should.
mind this just because I have enough receivers now, and my running back is going to be always solidified. So
And I
I
feel
could
like I
do
can
I
keep
could do
taking it.
one more back.
This is who I need right here. Hunter Henry is going too late in drafts. He's going to be a great value this year, in my opinion. I see my fingers are crossed that Marvin Mims can repeat the late season production from last year and the numbers, the separation numbers from PFF, but it's hard for me to really feel
I
comfortable
don't like none of these.
projecting the Denver offense with Sutton, Ingram, RJ, JK. It's just I don't. It's hard for me to predict what's going to happen, and for me to feel comfortable with them like being a pass heavy offense, which they won't be, um, especially with that defense. Damn, what do I get to pick here? Jesus, yeah, it's always
It's
one we
not
get.
much. It's no running back. It's no.
It's true. The
So
receiver.
it's like, damn, running back is literally
This is where you got
okay.
to
So
find the
people just
game change. Game changing
Yep.
value. Oh man, that's where you gotta find it. I was thinking about going Kincaid. This is where you gotta find that game changing value, bro. You know what's crazy? I've seen so many people say they're not right. They refuse to roster Kyle Pitts. They refuse. What do you think about him?
Mm-hmm. I ain't never been that high on him.
I took the wrong tight end. Should have been Cade Otton.
I could do another receiver, I
See,
guess.
like if I had to draft like this, I'm so sorry. If I had to draft like this and I had Drake London, Tedero McMillan, Xavier Worthy, Marquise Brown, like I would load up on tight end. Like I would, or another or something. I don't draft like this. This is foreign territory for me, and I just feels icky and disgusting. Like I let so many other receiver values just not fall to me because yeah, no, I'm never doing this again. It feels
Well,
like
I
I'm
don't
never
think I'm
doing this
doing
again.
robust RB because I don't like my receiver situation. But it's not bad. It's not
Listen,
bad. It's really not bad. It's just I would have to have major. Yeah, I would have to have
Jordan,
Halter.
yeah, Jordan Hines, Stephon Diggs, Keon Coleman, yeah. That's why I was very
High
confused.
ceilings
When you see, listen, I feel you with the Bijan, Josh Jacobs, right? But once
that
you
Kyron
do,
Williams is where I need to
yes,
change
because
it.
once you go
Or
running
like I
back.
said, I could do Jamar Chase, Josh Jacobs.
No, hold on, slow down, follow me. Once you go running back, like take it from me. Once you go running back in the first 2 rounds, if you don't have, if you have not identified at least 3 receivers you could start your receiving core with, and then continue to stockpile values as you continue on like in the draft. If you haven't identified those values, like which I'm not saying you haven't, then it's really hard to start your team with it like 3 out of your first 4 picks being running backs.
Running
That's why
backs,
even
exactly.
even with me, I'm not even thinking about doing 3 out of the first 4 running backs unless it's a running back that oh I cannot pass. I
Like
cannot.
Jonathan Taylor. Once Jonathan Taylor go up, it's forcing my hand to get Josh Jacobs. That's
I
why.
feel I feel like for me, like you picking one, I'm picking 14. For me, at 14, like if I get to the fourth, I mean, if I get to the third round and James Conner is there, it's going to be really hard for me to pass him up.
Hmm.
And I took, let's say,
That's
Derrick
another
Henry,
thing too, though. Like being in
Ashley
a
Dixon first.
situation of like what we're talking about right now.
Right.
Like it's sometimes it's just too good to pass up. And it's like I don't even want to be like I don't even want to go get Kenneth Murray. I mean, yeah, Kenneth Murray. Wow, Walker. I don't know. I
Hmm.
like Michael Wilson, but I don't know about his value. He was supposed to be what he's gonna
I
do
guess I
or
need a
whatever.
defense. Yeah, no, I'll take the Bills. Let me see where Malcolm at. Oh shit, my phone not on the charger.
I think he's
I
gonna
am on the
go
cloud.
before I can get him. I like his value,
What we talking about?
Michael Wilson. What round are we in? Like 15,
This is 14.
14? Yeah,
I
that's
think
not
it's
bad value for him.
kicker Bogwell. I don't have faith in the Lions this year. Mason Taylor felt pretty. See, like I feel like the tight end well is pretty deep this year. I mean, I feel like
It
everyone feels
it
that way.
is. It
And
definitely is. And then there's so many rookies too that are unproven and are still gonna probably fall. They're probably
and
gonna
if you think
fall.
and we could look at it in so many different ways, like Laporta. Okay, I'm not a believer in Laporta, but Ingram's in a new situation with a pretty good quarterback in Bo Nix. At least that we think he's good. Like Mason Taylor could be a late round steal value because we know there isn't late like a second receiver, a notable second receiver in New York playing with for the Jets. Kyle Pitts is a potential that people still are waiting to see that could break out with Michael Penix. Now I'm not banking on that, but not saying that could not happen. Like Dalton Kincaid is another one of those potential breakouts that could happen. Hunter Henry is a proven commodity with Drake May. Jake Ferguson is a proven commodity with Dak Prescott. I'm gonna let it auto pick here for me.
Jatavian Sanders is still
And
there.
Joku was a proven commodity last season, so people feel comfortable with him this year. And then the potential of Tyler Warren, if Daniel Jones is throwing the ball, I feel like people are really comfortable with taking Tyler Warren a little higher than where I took him. I think one in like 12th
Yeah, I
round.
knew it. I did the
Uh,
two top heavy.
so it's just a lot of tight end potential that I feel like people are comfortable with. How you still ranked higher than me is insane.
My bench sucks ass.
What if you drafted Tony Pollard at 6'3"? And Q related your score have been 63 points higher.
Top
Really?
three at their positions. I got three players.
Yeah, I would take the over in Justin Fields. But I mean, I'm drafting Justin Fields in almost every draft. I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding.
Damn, Bijan and Josh Jacobs have. You might need to hit the waivers in week 5 because they have their bye in week 5.
You might need to hit the waivers in week 10. Worthy, Ferguson. Okay, Drake Mason, number one QB in our consistent sleeper rankings.
They said that I reached and picked up Devin Singletary in the 12th round. That's crazy.
He said I didn't reach at all.
To reach in the 12th round for a running back is wild. I think I'm gonna upgrade this because
They
I
really
want to see
don't.
all the
They have
other
no respect for Devin Singletary, who could actually end up being like
RB1 in New York for
okay, hold on.
sure.
I'm not saying all that, but he could be a problem. I'm not saying all that, but
He was RB1 last year before Tyrone Tracy stepped up.
and
Like
now
that's
there's another running back there, and now there's another,
now
and
it's
there's
Scatterbo.
then you got a mobile quarterback, and um, yeah,
Who? Russell Wilson?
I said mobile with the quotations.
Oh, I wasn't looking. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so yeah, like in that draft, like who do you? But how do you feel about that draft? Like I said, I didn't like going three receivers out of I didn't go like going three receivers early out of my first four picks. I hated that. That's definitely not my style.
Yeah, I gotta understand this value thing here because I don't want to keep going 3 running backs because I feel like that's just gonna put me in a hole later. But I mean, it depends on how I can make moves because I mean, if I do happen to go 3 running backs like that, for sure somebody's gonna be in the market for a running back because I'm now stealing opportunity from somebody else. So I would have to hope that I have a running back for the receiver I'm trying to get at in that point. So I would be drafting a running back that third pick just because I know I'm gonna trade him if that makes sense.
It's always tough. And then when you get to that point, it's just if you do draft three running backs, let's say out of your first 5 picks, and then you go ahead and begin negotiations with a team that's wide receiver heavy, and then you're like, oh, okay, I kind of, I'm about to lose this running back, and I still need depth. Like now you're
Mm-hmm.
losing that depth that
Depth.
you are
Mm-hmm.
like. It would for a lot of players aren't really worried about it. Like if they got an RB1 and an RB2, then they're not necessarily worried about an RB3. But um, I'm not gonna. Me personally, I cannot. I have to have a strong RB2 and a good RB1. I cannot. I can't have an empty spot. I cannot have the. I
At
don't want to
least for
run the
those
risk.
two, it's already hard. Like I feel like it's easier to
Yes,
maintain the flex than it is those main positions over there.
I feel like the flex is the toughest position to maintain on a week to week basis. It's
Well, yeah, it
especially
is when you have RB1 and RB2, but if you don't, it
that
gets a
makes
little.
it even harder to cover because then you don't have RB. Because if you once you let's say you fill in RB2, like let's say you're filling in RB2 last year with Tank Bigsby, then you have to who am I going to put in the flex? Marvin Mims,
I guess it
like
would depend on your team too, because
that too.
that's
Yeah,
that's gonna be difficult right there. Like, but even though like the surgence of Tank Bigsby was good for some owners last year. It's just sheesh. But see, my thing is this too. Like one thing that I am learning from last year to this year is the ability to actually ride on the potential week to week. I kind of lacked that last year because it's like, okay, like for instance, like in the dynasty, it was multiple times that I wanted to put Jaden Daniels in just because like one deck I knew was going down and all that. But then it was two, was like, I don't know how they're gonna keep treating this rookie week to week. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought they were gonna kind of take it easy. So it's like what I'm gonna do this year is probably like be a little bit more aggressive towards that. If I feel like it's more potential there, I'm just gonna play it instead of like I rather play it and miss than to not play it at all.
Okay, let's wrap it up right here because I do want to ask you this question. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna let this one go for a while, but like obviously, like I drafted Rasheed Rice last year in the third round. I also traded for Chris Godwin in the first week of the season, and so at some point in time, I had some very very good receivers at the same time on my team to start the season, and I just wanted to, and those were mid round picks. Third, I think Chris Godwin went in the fifth round.
Wait,
If
you
I
got
remember
Rasheed Rice
correctly.
in the third? That's dope.
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope.
I didn't think he was gonna fall that far, but I was able to snag him in the third. I think Amari was also looking at him too because she's a Chiefs fan. But yeah. Anyway, so my question for you is: do you feel like there's any values in the third round, like at wide receiver, that you think have like top five potential this year? Because I I think we can say confidently Rasheed Rice was on a trajectory to at least finish as a top 10 wide receiver, and we know Chris Godwin was definitely going to finish as a top 10 wide receiver in PPR formats. So do you feel
But
like
this
there's
year
a
it has to be
value?
different.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Do you feel like there's a value in the third to fifth round at wide receiver that could possibly have that kind of a season again?
Yeah. I got three people for that actually.
Okay.
One of my sleepers is Jackson Smith and Jingba.
He's going in like the first and second round.
Oh
No,
really?
with the ADPs. That's what the ADPs are
Oh,
projecting.
okay.
I can give you the PPR rating. So,
Okay, then I'll go to my third person.
okay,
Calvin Ridley, I like his value for what it means for the team this year.
okay.
And then I also like, but see, it's weird. Their situation is so weird. But Jacoby Myers, I know nobody's actually thinking about him or anything like that. I get it. But Geno Smith, you have a new quarterback who likes to spread the ball around. That would be like a late round value pick that nobody's probably looking at. And it's wild that Jacoby Myers is over what Stephon Diggs in the ADPs.
Okay. They're in the same tier.
Yeah, in the same tier, but they're a
Wide
little
receiver
bit far
30,
off.
wide receiver 39 for Jacoby Myers, wide receiver 41 for Stephon Diggs. They're right
And then
there.
I have a rookie in my list as well.
Okay.
He didn't make the top three, but he
Okay.
made top five.
You're gonna say my guy. You're gonna say the guy who I drafted.
Ted McMillan. Yeah,
What? Oh,
yeah.
that's not my guy. That's not
I've
my
been
guy.
seeing some things out of
That's not my guy.
Carolina and been hearing some things. And if all goes well, he should really be able to be the receiver that
Top
I,
10.
top 10.
Top 10.
If they're gonna be force feeding the man the ball like that, the way that I'm thinking, yeah, it's gonna be nice for him.
Okay. You gave three names. I'm gonna give three names quickly then, and I'm just gonna say this guy is not a. You know what? No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna give three names though. I did like the Calvin Ridley pick for sure, like that. I'm gonna go with um, Emeka Ibuka. I feel like that is a later
Oh, I
round.
like that. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
that's a
later round.
stash. That's a for sure stash.
I feel like if Mike Evans has some kind of, which I'm not banking on at all. Come on, that's my guy, big Mike Evans. Come on, but and I feel like if Mike Evans has any kind of target regression, or if Chris Godwin does not come back and play, and get back to his Chris Godwin level or Chris Godwin form, then Emeka Ibuka is going to take right over in the slot. And I mean, the talk coming out of camp from Baker to Mike to everybody talking about him. I mean, I
They loving
just
him.
go tap in for yourself. I don't want to get too much into it right now because then I'm going to start gushing. No,
They
Diddy.
are loving him over there.
I'm so glad I
They're
took him in
saying
the
he's
first round.
already ready.
I'm so glad I took him in the first round of Dynasty this year. That's probably was my favorite pick. Marvin Harrison Jr. is on the block, by the way. Um, and then also I'm gonna say
I
low
seen
key.
that this morning too. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Whoa.
On the low key, Debo Samuel Jr. Senior, excuse me, Debo Samuel Senior. If this man can stay healthy, I know it's a big hit, but we play football. I mean, they play football, so we know what comes with football, high contact sport. Anybody could get hurt, and honestly, if they're gonna use him in the way that we think. I mean, we're hearing how they're going to use him, how they want to use him in the Cliff Kingsbury offense with Jaden Daniels and I mean, balls at the line of scrimmage, balls behind the line of scrimmage. Balls. No Diddy. We want the PPR. Okay, we want the points in that format. I'm all for it in an offense that we think should score 50 touchdowns. Like, well, I know that's a lot, but 50 plus. Yeah, I think Jay Daniels, like, we know that his over under at passing touchdowns opened at 21 and a half. Now it's like 23 and a half, 24 and a half in some books. So I definitely see Debo Samuel being able to get 8 touchdowns this year. I can see it. I can see it happening. I can see
You know
him
what? Let me.
ranking in the top 10 in an offense with a better quarterback this year.
Who was their
I'm not
number
gonna.
2 last year? Was it Noah Brown or was it Diami Brown?
It was Noah Brown. And then my last receiver I'm going to name, I'm going to say Xavier Worthy. I know he's not typically
Xavier Worthy.
I know he's not like a name that you would think. He's not like an Amon St. Brown or a Cooper Kupp, like a PPR type of receiver. But in this offense where Rashee Rice is coming back from a crazy injury last year, and that really hurt me. He tore his ACL, LCL, a couple. Anyway. I hate thinking about that injury so much, bro. How it killed my season, bro. Anyway,
Wait, last year. Okay, so yeah,
he got hurt like week 4. Anyway, Rashee Rice returning from injury. Travis Kelce's 36. Kelsey, however you say his name. Marquise Brown is also 28, and I just don't really believe in him like that. I think Xavier Worthy, being a player that was able to get through the season last year for the Chiefs, for 1 year under his belt, second year should be ascending in a Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid led offense. They just came off a Super Bowl loss, and we don't expect a receiver that is wide receiver 33 to really give us, top 10 numbers over the season. But I think the things could open up in this offense. I think that the Chiefs could go back to averaging like around 26 to 30 points a game this year. I really think that, given how healthy-ish the offense looks this year. We haven't gotten to training camp yet. We haven't, but I believe that Xavier Worthy could have a top 10 season and help win. I mean, come on now. The speed, don't even get me started. The play calling.
That's one thing you can't coach is speed.
And this is a piece of an offense that we want. We want pieces of offenses that are explosive, that we think are going to score points with quarterbacks that we trust. So, but I feel you on your picks. I definitely have some more faith in Xavier Worthy. Ibuka's a long shot, like, for me, and then Deebo Samuel. I just need him to stay healthy for that to pan out.
If Deebo, I like the Deebo Samuel's pick. Actually, I agree with you on that. They didn't have a solid receiver too last year. I mean, Luke McCaffrey, Noah Brown, Diami Brown, like, they needed a receiver too to help out.
Yeah.
So hopefully, they do, in a sense, construct some plays around him. Of course, I mean, he is a type of player you do have to change your game plan for a little bit. So hopefully he does free up with way more opportunities. Shit, maybe you might even get a real scary Terry season because everybody's going to be so worried about Deebo.
Well,
and I like the compliment that he does bring to the offense too. So it's like now you really can't just, I mean, at the end of the day, when you were playing Washington, you could just double up scary and that's it. Like, and now you don't have that opportunity anymore. Plus, you have Jaden Daniels' legs too to throw in the mix with that.
Hopefully Ben Sinnott could pop out, but he'll
pop out a couple times, but that tight end that y'all might want, I don't know for that offense.
Okay. Well, that pretty much wraps up everything we have to do for this episode. We got a mock draft in there. We talked about some wide receiver ADP values and who we looking at this year, who we targeting, and who we think might have a great season. We also talked about some players that we didn't like. So appreciate you for tapping in, and Makai, thank you for joining me once again. Feel me? We got a lot more work to do. We still got more mock drafts. We still got to get ready for the draft. Gonna have the draft over here, and I'm not gonna get a location away just yet, but I'm getting ready for that too. Gonna have it live. Gonna have it set up. I'm gonna play a real commissioner this time too. I'm gonna announce the picks. We have
put it in the envelope. Had the first 5 picks in the envelope for sure.
Hopefully the information the draft that we did, and the opinions and the takes that we have can help you guys win your leagues and win your weeks and have a great draft. And fingers crossed that the players that we love don't get hurt. Nobody gets hurt, but the players that we love don't get hurt. Oh my God.
Man.
Rasheed Rice, bro. You broke my heart last year, dog. Chris
Man.
Godwin, you broke my heart too. When you dislocated your ankle, you dislocated my heart. Oh,
They
that's
took
it for
the
Total
ring
Fandom,
off.
man. We out of
He
here.
pretty
Yeah, no,
much
we
said
gotta
when
go.
he got hurt, the ring came off the finger.
That's it, man. We gotta go, man. We out, man. Peace out.